Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Scottish Disney Cars Collector YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at this, the Luigi's Casa Della Tires Toys R Us exclusive playset. Now, just to say one thing from the off, this set is not complete, unfortunately. Basically, I got this for £10, which is amazingly cheap. However, it has came at a few costs, unfortunately. And the more I realised it was missing, the more annoyed I started to get. Because it hadn't hit me that the road pieces were missing. These are not part of the set. These are from Ramon's House of Body Art. I've just stuck them on here to purely make it look better. And the little curtain thing is also missing here, which I didn't even notice until like days later, and I was tremendously annoyed about that. I'm just currently straightening these out. Sorry. Yeah. So unfortunately, this, because of how cheap it was, that's why, that'll be the reason why, obviously. But I'm gonna make do with the review as best I can. So again, this is from Toys R Us line of these 4 playsets, which were released between 2006 to 2009. If you want more information on that, go and check out my Ramon review, which had basically a 9-minute introduction about the availability of these playsets. Basically, sorry, that's really annoying me. I don't know which way it is that goes. Is it that way? That doesn't look as good. No, you'd think it'd be that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it seems right. Yes, I remember the reason why it is, actually. Sorry about that, everyone. I should have straightened these up before the video, but I did not. Right, there we go. Yeah, so if you want more information about that, just go and check out my Ramon review. It basically had a 9-minute introduction talking about all that. However, literally before I record this video, and after I've done the Ramon video, I managed to find this and the House of Body Art playset, both from World of Cars packaging. So yeah, that tells me they did do these at least up until 2009. Still yet to see this on Racerama packaging, but yeah, I was pretty stoked to find that. I've put a few die casts around this just to make this a bit more presentable and better. Unfortunately, I don't have a regular Luigi and Guido on me. They are back at my place. My partner does have them, however, they're in a box somewhere, basically tidied and tucked away, and it'd be a pain in the ass to get to them, unfortunately. And I don't have any random Luigi or Guido sitting about here at the house, unfortunately. So I've got that wheel well Guido, but that's in a box now. So this is just gonna have to make do with this, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't have the main 2 die-casts of who own this shop on me right now, but it's fine. I just thought I'd make it look presentable with this lot. Mater was signed, Doppel McQueen and Ramon coming out and Flo standing there, yeah, I had to make do with what I had. Also, sorry if an alarm goes off whilst I'm recording this. Basically, I've got food in the oven, so I'll need to go and grab that, or turn off the oven at least when I'm recording this. So, yeah. Anyway, so where was I heading with this? They're basically they were standard diecast. There is a version of this set actually that came out in 2006. I think there was 2 versions. There was one which was just a set in Luigi and Guido, and then there was a set with 5 die-casts. Yes, 5 die-casts of Lightning McQueen, Luigi, Guido, Doc Hudson, and Sally. Can you believe that these sets used to come with 5 die-casts at one point? That would just never happen now. I was gobsmacked to find that out. It was just absolutely amazing. But yeah, let's get into the review. So, as always with these sets, this has a road piece on the front, which I'm going to remove because of the way I'm filming this. It's just awkward and bulky. I'll just set these die casts off to the side for now. But yeah, bring them all out. Yeah, traditional road piece. Go along it. And there you go. I'm going to take them off just because it does make this easier to review. So, it is obviously Luigi's Casa Della Tire shop from, Radiator Springs. I have to say, now, the first thing you will notice that's missing is, of course, the tire stack. I wasn't too bothered about that because I have the Radiator Springs World playset, from back in the day. That was my radiator springs growing up. And if you remember, there was a tire stack, a lot smaller than what this was, but basically the plan's to attach that to here, because this is built. This building is better than the Radiator Springs World one, but I'm gonna attach it to there. But there was a play feature with this where I've just caught on to how that would happen. I see now. Right. So there's a play feature with this where the tires would be stacked, and basically you would get your car, it would drive through, and the tires would fall down. Now, I was wondering if there was a mechanism, because I couldn't see anything attached to here or anything on the bottom. So I was really curious as to how that worked, and I've just realised there is a slight groove that's raised here that basically, yeah, the tyre would be sticking out, and as soon as that hits it, they all fall down. I've just realised what that is, because I know some people have this sticking out like this, but obviously the ideal way is that. That makes sense. Interesting. But yeah, basically a car would drive through it and they would all fall down. So those are missing, unfortunately. And as I mentioned, unfortunately, the curtain is missing, which really pissed me off. Like, the road I could let go, but that's the main thing that's annoying me. Like, the missing stuff from the set, that I can easily replace. The road pieces are just road pieces. I can get them from other sets and try and make do. In terms of display, the lights are still working, thank God. That would have really set me over the edge. And there's one play feature in here that's missing, but like most of it I can let go, but that curtain is the annoyingly the smallest part. Is the biggest downside for me in terms of, yeah. But it was only £10, as I said, and I wanted to review it for you guys. Anyway, so it's all brown. Down here, got more of that lovely speckled design from the Ramones House of Body Art playset. There's a little Casa Della tire sign, quality service, and sort of sculpted tires there. And obviously Alfredo Frettucci. I'm guessing that's Casa del Tires in Italian. No idea. I'm not really a fan of the exterior on this set. Like, I think this looks fantastic. Like the little tire rings and obviously the sculpted sign, and the roof is pretty basic, but it's nicely done. There's the spark attachments, which I think obviously the tire stack and the lights would connect to it if it was more movie accurate. The Precision Series set is like that, obviously. But one thing that I noticed which didn't catch me at first is the windows. They're all yellow and that sort of turquoisey green, obviously, but they're not, and it's just bare on this side. They're all clear plastic inserts, which I really don't like. I really wish these were done a bit more properly and detailed, because like the Ramones House of Body Art set had clear plastic windows and you can look inside and see, whereas with this it's just yellow. It's just the set just with this sculpted on top and painted, and I really don't like that. Something seemed off about it, and I was trying to clock it in my head, and I just realised today what the problem was, and it's missing. It's just missing detail, I think. But they're all pretty much around the set. There's these two sort of shutters, which would have been cool if you could pull those up and down. Obviously it's all sculpted in a sort of like pale yellow. Obviously you've got the brown roofs here, which I do like. They're very nice. And of course these little tire rings, which obviously when you're buying these sets on the aftermarket, it's hard to find them complete. Because I realised that, oh yeah, they're all on there, holy shit, that's amazing. Because I went and found another listing on eBay, and yeah, it's missing like one here or something. So, I imagine it's hard to find these with all of them on, but I'm glad that, yeah, because obviously just one of these missing just is such a huge drawback in that sense. So, yeah, and you can basically turn these around actually and straighten them up any sort of way you want. You can make them messy, but obviously being a collector, want film accuracy, so I am trying to have them as straight as I possibly can for now. So yeah, and there's the sign. We will go on to the lights in a moment. So the way this set works is basically you pull this, take the roof off, which is entirely one piece, and then you pull this out, and there you go. And you would bring this down, clip that in, and that's kind of it. Yeah, this interior is nowhere near as good as the Ramones House of Body Art set, obviously. Um, I'm not. I don't really like this set in general, to be honest. Like, out of the four, even though I've only got two out of the four so far, but out of the four, I'd say this is easily the weakest. Because the Curious Shop exterior is just so beautifully detailed, and the Flo's V8 Cafe just looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get that. But this is just kind of like, even if it had that tire checker, which, yes, as you've noticed, that's the piece of play that's missing, which I think attached to here, possibly going off these. Oh no, there goes the alarm. Alexa, stop. I'll just wrap this part up. I need to go and pause and turn off the oven. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, clearly the intention here. I thought the slots were to be for that tire checker, but no, it's for the set to close up. Even if that tire checker was here, it might have made it look slightly better, but let's just pretend that's the tire checker, right? The mask doesn't really change with the set, and I don't like how all this stuff sticks out. It's just not really based. It's not on top of anything. That's what I loved about the Ramon set, was it open from the front, and you had all this stuff kicking about, and it was even though I thought the play features were pretty meh. It was nicely. I could see there was thought behind it. Whereas with this, because it opens from the back as well, not the front. Even though I know that would have been kind of tricky with the tire stack, obviously. But if it just opened from the front, that's how you want to display it. It's just, I'm not a fan of this interior, and that's why I wasn't bothered about the tire checker being missing, because with that, that's on the inside. I want this for the exterior building. I'm never going to display it like this. It's for display. So yeah, but I do remember it's a kid's set. Obviously, you can have your cars kicking about and here and whatever. I need to remember that, but it's the interior I'm not a fan of, which we will go over in a second. Right, sorry about that, everyone. Sorry if the camera slightly changed position in the set. Basically, the door's right in front of me for the living room, so I had to obviously get up and go and turn the oven off in the kitchen. Right, so the interior detailing, which I guess we'll do that first, and then we'll come on to that. And then the only play feature I have in the set, I just thought I'd fold it up for now. It's pretty basic. I mean, you've just got some crap paper stickers, Luigi's Casa, Della tire sale. I cannot read what the fuck those tires say. Oh no, wait, aren't these like coffee names? I just found this out recently. Latte, crema, latte, blanco, cappuccino, latte, blank. I cannot read what they say. But I've just found out recently they're basically like coffee names for these different types of tires. And then there's some text on there that I cannot see for the life of me either. No, I cannot make it out. Sorry, because the stickers are kind of blurry, in all honesty. I can read latte and crema, but I don't know what that says. Blanco. Maxine? I have no idea what that says. Anyway. Fettuccine Alfredo. Again, like the outside sign, just literally right over here. Peeking out. And again, Casa Della tires. Quality service logo, and again, there's just one there. Yeah, not really. I wish these were sculpted. Not really a big fan of that at all. Oh, I've just realised something. That's why the shutters are there. That makes sense. I guess they would open these up to display them outside the shop window. That's kind of clever. Anyway, you got Casa Della tires logo up here. Tread Star. Quality service. And obviously here, now this is where the battery compartment is. And it says Tread Star 3 times, and Safety Trends, Glide Well, and I'm trying to read what the last one says. Just says something safety treads again. I don't know. It's kind of hard to read these. Anyway, blue, cream, and green, basically, and they're actually sculpted out lines for the battery compartment, so they're sort of like curved, which is nice. It's a clever way of using like that design. I do like that. Anyway, obviously we're missing one play feature from the set, but basically it was a tire rotation thing. You get your tires checked, and then you went off there. Yeah. So we'll go on to the lights. So you press the switch. And there you go. Easily the best part of the whole set, I would say. Though I don't like how it's just a random light behind. Like, see how like the C and like D and T just don't like. It's the middle letters that get lighted up and not there. Like, I'm not a fan. Obviously, this does make it better. I'm glad these are working. They probably don't look as bright as they should. The battery compartment was corroded, unfortunately, though thankfully not terrible to the point where it's beyond saving. I've not cleaned it yet, but I've stuck fresh batteries in there, and it seems to be working for now. I'm going to clean that at some point now. So they're probably not as bright as they should be, but again, this is easily the best part of the whole set. But yeah, Luigi's Casa, Della tires. Not much more to say. Nice and green, I guess. Anyway, if we come round, I'm just going to turn them off because you can't even see them. That's basically it. Now, for play features, again, as I said for this thing, you basically had your tire checker, which was down here, and basically the idea was, hold on, I'll bring another car over here because my queen might not fit. But basically, your idea was you got this on this tire checker, you rotated the tires, and I think it made them roll. It was basically next to that. It's like they were getting changed or something. Anyway, I suppose actually the idea would be is you come in through here, come in through, get your tires checked, blah 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 blah, and then there's this over here, which is this blue ramp, which you again clip up and you fold that down, and it's sort of like raised, and goes off into this strange piece of road, which, I mean, I've just realised I can't. Now, if you wanted to basically just leave that and display it like this, you can, because it just kind of flops down. Now, this is strange, but I kind of like it. They've obviously used a. They've tried to use the roof for something, obviously, because it's on the inside, this interior, like, you know, and this is basically your exit, even though your exit would be there. Kind of doesn't make any sense, but I see the intention, though. How the fucking cones would be sitting there is beyond me. Like, I get what they're trying to do. They basically just try to use the roof more for a play feature. But this is what I mean about this set just not being particularly well designed. I like this little blue ramp. But basically, yeah, it's just got a sort of railing and, you know, the orange cones, which is nice bit of detail. But basically, yeah, you would. I'm going to do it like this so you can see it a lot better. And I'll turn the camera over because I cannot see that. But basically, yeah, the idea would be, I think. Oh, McQueen with shovel. Oh my god, he does actually fit. Holy shit. Will he go down, though, is the question. Anyway, basically have this blue ramp. The idea is your car will come up onto here. That will hold down. And just going to raise it up a bit, just so you can see this. And you basically raise this up. Yeah. See, I think McQueen was too heavy there. We'll try Ramon. Bring them up onto here. There you are, and then you would tilt this up, and they would fall upside down. Just try it with McQueen with shovel. Sorry, this is not. It's because of the shovel. I don't have any die cast with me. Actually, you know what? We'll try flow tray. Hold on. Let's try flow tray. Please work. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, basically they come rolling down out of here, essentially. And that's a lot. I don't have much more else to say about this set, to be completely honest. I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not a fan of it. Just close it all up and stick the lights on for the end of the review. So, sorry, I'm not doing this right, because I should be bringing that down first. But yeah, just bring that back down, fold that in, clip that out, and then you want to bring this roof down. No, actually, sorry, you want to slide that in. Sorry, I'm not doing this right, guys. Yeah, there you go. Get it into that groove. Slide this up. There you go. And clip that in. I'll just reattach the rods very quickly. And there you go. I'm going to put that McQueen and Mater back where they were because I liked how that looked. Anyway, there you go. So that's it. That is my review of the Luigi's Casa Della Tires shop playset. I'm not too keen on this. To be honest, I think if it was complete with the tire stackings, the curtains, I still don't think I would be that massively keen on it. I just don't think the exterior is very well detailed. And I just don't think the interior is really well thought out either. Like the Ramon one I love because you can open that from the front and just like they had the clear plastic inserts. Like it does feel like out of the 4 sets from this range, this got the short end of the stick in terms of budget. But it's still a nice little display piece. Again, if you don't want to pay fucking hundreds of pounds for the Precision Series one, I would get this one. And I do like the lights, of course. But yeah, that's basically it. Not much more to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.